What's up, guys? It's your boy Chicks, man. So I'm talking about this story real quick, man. 14-year-old kid, Ahmed Mohamed, loves to build things. He brought in an alarm clock that he built and wanted to show his professors and his friends. And one stupid, actually nah, the whole school, everyone who was in charge handled that situation horribly. People basically thought that this clock was a bomb. Granted, I do understand it being kind of a wrong timing thing, because let's be honest here, he was stereotyped. He was stereotyped. It was the week of 9/11 that this happened. His last name was Mohammed. If you put two and two together, you can kind of understand, or try to understand, why the cops were called. But what I don't get is, why was he arrested? Why did you guys have to take him down to the detention center after you saw that this wasn't any threat? Like that's not okay. Because I'm pretty sure, let's just be honest here. If it was a white kid who brought in this clock, no one would think of anything. People would be praising little Jimmy and be like, you know what, Jimmy, man, you're doing great, Jimmy. One day you're probably gonna work at Apple, probably gonna be the head of Apple. Let's be honest here, man. When I heard this story, I was like this is so obvious. Like, I can understand the cops come in and checking stuff out. That's not a problem. But the issue is when you gotta put the kid, 14-year-old kid, in handcuffs when he clearly showed no threat. And even after you've checked out this alarm clock, instead of giving it back to him, setting him free, and tell him, and apologizing. Just apologize. Be like, yo, we're sorry. We're just taking precautions. That's it. These fuckers still took this kid down to the fucking juvie detention center, took his mugshots. 14-year-old kid. Because he wanted to show everyone his alarm clock. Like, this shit is just insane. But I'm glad everything has now been brought to light, because this shit is still happening. Like, you can't live in America and be ignorant and be stupid. Like, stereotyping, racism, all that shit is still alive here. It's still alive. Like, don't give me that bullshit. Like, let's be honest once again. If it was a white kid, it would not have gone to the length that this situation gone to. But a lot of people are reaching out to this dude. Like, Obama tweeted about him. I heard something about Zuckerberg inviting him up to the Facebook Center. So, like, I'm happy that he's getting the positive support, because a lot of people can't build shit, especially the shit that he's building right now at 14. A lot of people can't do that. I'd say probably about 90 to 95% of population can't do that. That's talent right there. And with that, you need to support that. You don't need to hinder it. Like that. Hearing that story this morning really just got me heated, and I was just like, yo, I gotta talk about this. But I'm telling what you guys think about this, man. Was it stereotype, or was it just proper precautions? Push comments below, subscribe to my channel below. I'll see you guys later, man.